It's Monday night, and here's what happened. Pete Hegseth is threatening to call Captain Mark Kelly back to active duty service for the pure purpose of court martialing him. Now, I know that Pete Hegseth doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time because the boy really didn't pay attention to anything in the military other than this idea that the military is to kill and humiliate people and not for women, apparently. So let me fucking catch you up. To call a retired service member back to active duty, it needs to be a time of war or a time of national emergency. You also need the president or Congress to sign off on it. Now, let's say that the president would sign off on this. The Navy has a very particular policy that doesn't allow you to call retired Navy officers back just for the fuck of it. Officers may not be recalled or retained if they will exceed authorized strength or affect promotion opportunities, meaning you can't just call a flag officer out of retirement if there isn't a specific mission for them. And Secretary Hegseth should have realized this when he tried to do it at the beginning of Trump's term to General Milley. As soon as Hegseth got into office, he said he was going to recall General Milley and try to court-martial him for being, quote, anti-Trump. And he couldn't do it. And even for how crazy Trump is, he knows that veterans and active duty military members will absolutely go ham over this because it is so egregious and stupid. Trump's going to sign a letter saying, yeah, let's recall Mark Kelly, who served 39 combat missions, who is widely respected, left the Navy to go work for NASA. Because Captain Kelly made a social media video saying, remember your oath and don't obey illegal orders? Pete Hegseth is an insecure, incompetent national security threat. So, Pete, if you're listening, there are two documents that you can quickly read and save yourself some future embarrassment. The first is the UCMJ, and the second is the MCM, the Manual for Courts Martial. It'll tell you how you can court-martial people and who you can't. And honestly, tonight, all of the news can be about the incompetence and danger of the Trump administration, which is something that I'm honestly kind of sick of having to talk about. You got Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, sticking up for Dan Crenshaw, who was banned by the Intelligence Committee chair from international travel. Crenshaw, who was serving on a now-dissolved cartel task force, reportedly toasted a Mexican official who made a crude joke that made a woman in the room uncomfortable. Following the trip, Rick Crawford from Arkansas banned Crenshaw from taxpayer-funded travel outside the country. The CIA had to report that Dan Crenshaw's behavior was so bad, he should not be allowed to travel anymore. But Mike Johnson's sticking up for him. Then you've got this nasty fever dream, Kash Patel and Kristi Noem cruising around on the taxpayer's dime at the F1 races in Las Vegas. Kash Patel, who has deployed SWAT officers to provide personal bodyguard security to his country singer Honeypot. And while this was a little funny, it's actually not. It is a national security concern that the Trump administration and his family are so wrapped up in crypto. For more on that, go watch my video on crypto whistleblowing. I gotta go calm down now.